Hi guys, it's Frankie from Frankie Tech. Good to see you guys again. And I just want to chime in on this kind of interesting little bit of information that I got earlier today about an upcoming device from Xiaomi, as if we've seen every single device from Xiaomi this year. Actually, on a couple devices, but let's start with what we are now knowing as the Redmi Note 9T. Now, when I first heard about this device, I was like, okay, what's the deal with this device? And I've looked at the rumors and just looked at the information about it, and I just kept scratching my head like, this sounds very familiar. And 5,000 milliampere battery, Dimensity 800U, 6.53 inch, full HD display, 120 hertz, and I'm just scratching my head, and I'm just like thinking, actually not 120 hertz. I think it's going to be a regular refresh rate. I don't even know if it's going to have full kind of higher refresh rate. But the key here is that there's a phone that was released in China that sounds very similar to this. You may have heard about it, the Redmi Note 9 5G. And it's funny because the Redmi Note 9 5G is already for sale here. You go to Sham's Repo right now. I actually was thinking about reviewing this phone last week. And apparently there's going to be a global version of this phone known as the Redmi Note 9T. And it's going to be a pretty kind of good release. It's going to be, I think, performance-wise really good. But I guess the point is it's going to be a rebrand. Once again, we're seeing a rebrand for the global market that came out as a China version first, which is not exactly kind of what I would have liked. And let me know, guys. Hit me up in the comments. Would you want to see a review of the Redmi Note 9 5G or the Redmi Note 9T here on the channel? Personally, I'm kind of done reviewing phones for 2020. I think it's time to focus on the next year phones. And, you know, this thing, if it's anything like the Mi 10T Lite, because the Redmi Note 9 Pro 5G, I think was essentially the same kind of innards as this phone, but with a better camera. And this phone is going to be made of plastic. It's not going to have the beautiful kind of very cold glass back, matte back as this phone. It's going to be made of plastic. It's definitely going to be a bit less premium. Performance should be very good, though, with the Dimensity 800U. I'm not super excited about it, but do let me know, guys. I could pick it up to review, and, you know, we'll see if I do, guys. But for now, my general kind of perception of this phone, it's going to be a pretty underwhelming, just end-of-year phone. It's cool they're launching it globally, but I don't know if it's going to make big waves anyway. Now, the next little piece of information I wanted to talk with you guys about was about the Xiaomi Mi 11. And basically, this relates to whether this phone, when it's released at the end of this month, early January, is this the global version we're going to see from Xiaomi? Now, from certain sources that I've talked to, the general consensus is that that is not the case. We're going to be seeing basically a global version of the phone coming out much later than what's coming out at the end of December in early January. The version that's coming out first is the China ROM version. I know, guys. I know. I think this is just the way of Xiaomi, I guess. You know, especially with their flagship devices, this is just something we need to accept, that China is their big market. It's their main market. It's their local market. And they're going to release this phone in China first before it comes out to the rest of the world. Now, what does that mean for being able to kind of availability, being able to get this phone? I don't deny this phone's going to be available globally. It definitely will. It may come under a different name, but I guess the point here is, guys, we're going to see a China ROM version first. That one's going to be kind of limited, be reviewed in a limited fashion. Maybe a few YouTubers will get it. I don't know. Maybe I can get it. Maybe I'll get a review unit. I doubt it, but you know, I'd love to get the Mi 11. And if I don't, then there's going to be a global launch for this phone, maybe end of January, maybe February, we don't know. But it's a bit of a kind of sad news there about the Mi 11 globally. And, you know, hit me up in the comments. Do you think that Xiaomi should have released this phone just globally all at once? I would have loved to see it, but of course, I would love to get a hands-on with this phone as soon as possible, but to be able to share it with all of you guys out there because let's face it, guys, you know, you're going to buy the Mi 11 or you're interested in it, you definitely want to see the first Snapdragon 888 phone on the market. The Xiaomi Mi 11 is going to be the first one out of the gate. But if it's a China ROM version, I know most of you are going to wait for the global version anyway. But anyways, that's just the information I have for you guys tonight. Just a quick one take here on the Redmi Note 9T and the Xiaomi Mi 11 launch, which at this point I guess is a non-launch globally, but will be a China release. And of course, I'll try to get my hands on this one as soon as possible. So that's it for this one, guys. If you liked it, give me that thumbs up. If you love the content of Frankie Tech, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon for future updates. Stay tuned, guys. More great content coming. Just wanted to put something out there, share it with you guys, and hit me up in the comments. I do want to hear your opinions, your thoughts on these two bits of news that I have for you here this late Friday evening. TGIF, guys, and this is where I leave you by saying, this is Frankie Tech signing off. Have a good one. Stay tuned, guys. Great stuff coming. Join the giveaway at Frankie_Tech. One takes. You just gotta love them. I love one takes.